Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. The return man is Hill. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 20. Seven-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
5 yards will get him back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. There to make the tackle, Samson Abuka.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Bridgewater to throw it. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Matt Longacre coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. 3rd and long for Bridgewater. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Brees now to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Matt Longacre in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Easy.
On 2nd down, here's Brees. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Rams have got it back. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. From the gun, here's Goff. And Cooks has it over the middle. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, Allen. Brandon Cooks, 76 yards. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Zerline out now to kick this one away. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The football going back over to the New Orleans Saints and a team this year, Charles, that really took off after that Week 1 loss. For me, it all came together Week 9. You think back to that game when they beat the Rams, knocked off their undefeated streak to start the regular season. So now, are the Saints really Super Bowl winning contenders? I mean, do you put them in that category?
Oh, I certainly do, and I think people were wondering how they would respond this season after what happened to end last season, the Minneapolis Miracle, where they ended up giving up the touchdown pass in the last play of the game in the playoffs. And when it started losing at home to Tampa Bay, many wondered if their psyche had really been affected, but they've regrouped since then. The defense is really playing well. And then there's always Drew Brees to Mike Thomas. And that has worked very well for them.
Well, since you mentioned Michael Thomas, and we talked about that win over the Rams, never forget going to get the flip phone, Mr. Michael Thomas. Channeling his inner Joe Horn from back in the day. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. Escaping the pressure right. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there from 8 yards out. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now, the Los Angeles Rams, they continue to be a great story this season. A solid team. That wonderful start, although they did lose Week 9, obviously, to New Orleans. So the 72 Dolphins celebrated again.
Yeah, they got a chance to hug it out and still be the last team to go undefeated in modern football. 17-0 that team was, but let's face it, No one shedding any tears for the Rams after that loss to New Orleans. They still have weapons galore on offense, a stout defensive front led by Aaron Donald, leading their division. They're aiming for the playoffs, and as all their moves in the offseason and during the season, picking up Dante Fowler Jr. to rush the passer, they're shooting for the Super Bowl.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. Goff now already at 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going, and they've got it here with a first down.
Orange.
And now he'll tuck it and run. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there at 22. Stepping up, he'll try and run. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And that's complete to Cooks. And down inside the 15 he goes. He's got the first down. He's got a big game going right now. Already over 100 yards receiving in this first half alone. From the red zone now, Goff. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Robert Woods from 13 yards out. And the Rams are in for 6. And he's able to put it through. Zerline out now to kick this one away. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time. Throwing on first down is Breeze. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by John Johnson, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. I want to switch gears, Charles, and get your favorite play of the year so far. Look, I know we don't have a Minnesota miracle like we saw at the end of last season, but what's been the one that's caught your attention the most?
Well, wouldn't Linval Joseph picking up a fumble against Philadelphia and bringing it all the way back count as a Minnesota miracle?
That would, the earth shaker.
That's a lot of man carrying the football, and he got all the way to the end zone. Oxygen. What a great play there. How about Graham Gano finishing off the New York Giants with a 63-yard field goal at the buzzer for Carolina? That was spectacular. I thought the triple reverse by Carolina against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers was something that Curtis Samuel, how far did he run? 160 yards or so in order to make that play work? Ends up as a touchdown. And just because we have to say Patrick Mahomes, it's a left-handed pass he threw earlier this year.
Oh, yeah, against Denver. And that's just kind of a microcosm of the season that he's had. He's been so magical to watch.
Just had to say Patrick Mahomes, had to get something in for him because exactly what you said.
On first down, it's gone. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, That's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good-headed scheme going.
That's complete, right around the 8. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Partner, when it's a goal-to-go situation, if you're on the field on defense, you have to know that you may be called on to make a tackle at any time. Here, the cornerback does exactly that.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Rams add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Zerline out now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. And now it's second down. Well, Charles, the trade deadline obviously is now passed. So you look back at the number of guys that went different places. Which trade caught your eye the most?
Well, there are a few of them, and they all had one thing in common as far as I could tell. They're all made with the idea of that team winning big this year. Ha-ha Clinton-Dix from Green Bay to Washington. Washington in first place at the time when they make the trade. They're thinking about winning their division and advancing in the playoffs, getting more help in the secondary. How about Golden Tate going from Detroit to Philadelphia? The Eagles trying to defend their Super Bowl championship, adding a receiver for Carson Wentz. Eli Apple from the Giants to New Orleans. They're thinking about not just defending the NFC South, but maybe having to play the LA Rams again in the playoffs with another corner. And Amari Cooper going from Oakland to Dallas, because Dallas believes if they have a threat out wide, it'll open things up for Ezekiel Elliott and get the Cowboys back on the beam.
Yeah, some decent names, some big trades. By the way, my favorite name in the league, Ha-ha Clinton-Dix.
No question about it.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 18. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, with that incompletion, Charles, I want to revisit our preseason Super Bowl picks.
Must we?
Well, we're getting closer and closer toward the playoffs.
So we have to revisit
Who did you have? You had the Falcons.
I had Atlanta.
But you couldn't predict all those injuries the Falcons had.
Couldn't predict all the injuries, and heading into their open week, they had won 2 in a row, and then beat Washington after the open week. So all is not lost, but still, enough guys are out that maybe it's not the best prediction. But I did have Pittsburgh, I believe.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Partner, when you're playing cover two, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Thomas has got it, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
5-4. Over. Got it.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
We got three, fellas. We got three. 21. Got it. 12. Okay. 11.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. This will be caught at about the 6. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. One man in the backfield, that's Ingram on 2nd and goal.
Ready. 90. 21. 5-8. Monday. Over.
Breeze to throw again. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Samson Abukum leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. To throw, it's Breeze. This is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Benjamin Watson, as time expires in the first half, and the Saints have cut it back within a score. Lutz good on the extra point. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Lutz now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams now coming out on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself. And
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. 30, 20, 10, touchdown, LA. Todd Gurley, 75 yards, and the Rams add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Well, his first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Zerline out now to kick this one away. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, you know, we've got a pretty big sample size now from the NFL season, Charles. I want to ask you, going back to the draft, who was the biggest steal in 2018?
Well, the biggest steal is Philip Lindsay.
Oh, guy that wasn't even drafted?
Wasn't even drafted, but how about what the Denver personnel department did, identifying him ahead of time, potentially not being drafted and ready to pounce when the call didn't come for him. And what a job he's done for them, running it, catching it, open field guy, in traffic, he's done it all. I think Saquon Barkley from the Giants has been everything as advertised. Calvin Ridley with Atlanta has been spectacular. Quentin Nelson, offensive guard with the Colts. He's Rookie of the Month, wasn't he?
Yeah, back in October. How about that?
Yeah, how about that for an offensive lineman? And we've had 4 quarterbacks start games: Mayfield, Darnold, Allen, and Rosen.
And Quentin Nelson, one final note on that. He was the first offensive lineman ever given that award, so hats off to him.
Definitely.
12. Ready, yellow lady. 12.
Breeze will try again on second down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints are back within a score. Lutz with the extra point. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Lutz now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Rams getting set to go now. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. 17. Here's Goff now on second down. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cobb. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's the first catch of the game for Kupp, and he's got a first down.
Whirling.
Now a first down throw. Goff looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Reynolds. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now Goff. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Woods. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Goff on third down. A quick hitter complete. It's Woods. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
No gain there on the completion. Second and 10.
Orange.
A stepping up. He's going to keep it. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
5, 17.
Here we go on 4th. Goal. Quick hitter here, it's complete. But he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Well, there's that man again. It's complete. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Ready? 11. 21.
On 1st down, Breeze. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Mark Barron. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Super. Go.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. He gets it to Cooks. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Go. 5.
On 1st down, Goff. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
Now Goff. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Woods. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. To throw is Goff. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Thomas has it. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open. That makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Breeze to throw on 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the corner, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware of ball may come.
And a loose football, and the Rams have got it back. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Alex Okafor in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Go, 12, go.
A shotgun snap for Gone. He's letting it fly for Cooks. It's caught at the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Go, 12, go.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling, and this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you talk to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, partner, you look at a play call like that, and you have to think to yourself, that's got to be one to pad the stats a little bit, huh?
He has had a great game throwing the football, and I think you're right. Maybe getting a little greedy again down near the end zone. Going to keep it himself. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Jared Goff keeping it himself on the quarterback sneak. And the Rams add on to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Zerline out now to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So what again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. That's Watson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Throwing on first down is Breeze. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And a movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
Again, it's Breeze. Out to his left. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. Now, Breeze again. And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little, too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Lutz now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. 2 timeouts remaining defensively, but that shouldn't make much difference right here.
It really shouldn't, but a lot of coaches look at it similar to baseball with the intentional walk.
Always bringing in other sports.
Hey, listen, think about the intentional walk, right? What if one gets past the catcher? What if he uncorks a wild one and now you still have an opportunity? That's why they like to use them all the way through.
And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know, the people